Hi guys, Miss Abate here. Okay, for today's lesson, we are going to be working on our comprehension skill. So our comprehension skill for this unit is talking about characters, setting, and events. Now we're going to be doing that through rereading Maria Celebrates Brazil. So if you didn't read that story during the read aloud, then I suggest you go ahead and pause this video and you hop on to the read aloud video so that way you can fully read the story and know exactly what we're talking about today, okay? If you already read it, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Where'd it go? There we go. All right. So talking about character, setting, and events. Now for today's lesson, you're going to need something to write with and something to write on. If you don't have that, go ahead and get it now. Okay, so let's review what character, setting, and events mean. A character is a person or animal in a story. Okay, character, person, or animal in a story. Setting of a story tells when and where the story takes place. When could be time, it could be season, it could be month, day, week, year, and where means a location, okay? The events are what happens. Identifying the characters, setting, and events can help you understand a story. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our character, setting, and events skill for today. Went a little too far, apologize. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and read the directions. As you read this passage, so the passage is this text off here to the side, okay? As you read this passage from Maria Celebrates Brazil, think about the characters, the setting, and the event that it describes. So we're only going to work with these two paragraphs, this passage right here at first. So you may be thinking about all of the characters that you read about and all the events that you read about. Now we're just focused on these two paragraphs, this passage that you see right here, okay? First, highlight the characters in the passage. Next, highlight words that tell you where the characters are, the setting. Then highlight what happens, the events, okay? So let's first reread this passage from Maria Celebrates Brazil. Maria and her family are in their bright, hot kitchen. Please, Mae, por favor, Maria begs. Mae speaks Portuguese. This is the language of Brazil. No matter how much you beg or plead, you must go to practice. The parade is next week. So I'm going to first start by showing you how to find the characters, the setting, and the events. So I want you guys to watch me first and watch as I do this. So it says, highlight the characters in this passage, okay? So I know the main character from reading this is Maria. Now, are there other characters as well in this? Yes, so we can say, and her family, because we know that family are characters. They're people in the story, right? And it says her family, her mom's name right here. So I'm also just going to highlight her mom's name, even though it says and her family, and that tells us that it's Maria, her mom, and her dad, okay? Then it says, sorry about that. Then it says highlight, that tells you where the characters are. So I'm going to reread it again. Maria and her family are in their bright, hot kitchen. Where are they? In their bright, hot kitchen. Okay, got the setting down. Next it says, then highlight what happens. Use a think aloud to help you. Okay, so I'm going to click that and I'm going to have this help me. The first sentence tells me that the characters are Maria and her family. They are in her hot kitchen. In the next sentence, Maria begs for something. I will read out to find what this is. I think that's the event. So, no matter how much you beg or plead, you must go to practice. the parade is next week. So that tells me she's begging or pleading not to go to practice. Okay, she doesn't want to go to practice. So I have those highlighted down. So now I'm going to go ahead and fill them out into our charts here. Character. So we had highlighted Maria and her family. Okay, so we wrote down Maria and her family in the character. Now I know I also highlighted Mae, but that is still her family. I just felt like highlighting that to be a little bit more specific. Now, of course, we can write that down too. Not gonna let me right now. There we go. Okay. Setting. Now we already highlighted setting in their bright, hot kitchen, but I'm gonna save myself some time and I'm not gonna write bright, hot kitchen. I'm just gonna write Maria's kitchen. That's where they're at. That's the setting. And the events is what is happening, okay? Now we highlighted how much you beg or plead, you must go to practice. The parade is next week. So I'm gonna put that into my own words and write down Maria wants to skip practice, okay? All right, so in this passage right here, we read again, the characters are Maria and her family. The setting is there in their bright, hot kitchen or Maria's kitchen. And the event that's happening right here is Maria doesn't want to go to practice. Okay, so now we're going to move to another passage and we're going to do this one together. So I want you to have a piece of paper and pencil out. I'm going to skip my page. So I'm going to make my paper look like what's here on the screen. Okay, at the top of the page, I'm going to write character. Okay, I'm going to put a line down the page. Next one, I'm going to write setting right beside it. Now you can't write ginormous because you have to get character, setting, and events written on this one page right here, okay? I'm also going to draw a line down there. I don't need the whole page, I'm just going to do it. And then events. Oh, my pen's not working right now. Okay. You have character, setting, events. If you can't read mine, look guys, it's spelled right here for you up here. Okay. All right. It says read the passage, highlight the characters, use the type button. So I'm going to do that. You guys are going to be writing to write this information. Okay. So first, if you need more time getting this written down, please make sure you pause the video and then press play whenever you're ready to join back up. All right, so let's read the passage. Now let's first find the characters as we're reading, okay? The crowd moves aside. Excuse me, so not all of it's on here. The crowd moves aside and they make their way down the street. When the crowd moves away, Maria sees a woman with a camera. She is hurrying. The woman scurries by Maria. She puts her camera to her eye. Maria smiles from ear to ear. She is excited to be in the parade. Click. The woman takes a picture of Maria. Maria is proud of her hard work. Okay, so who did we read about in this, in this passage right here? Now remember, we already have Maria written down. Okay, so who is another character in here that we just read about? We can just write down a woman. Now I know this like kind of cuts it off right here, so I'm gonna highlight it down here too. So there's another character in here. There's a woman, okay? So I'm gonna use the text to type right here. A woman, okay? So you can write that in your character box, okay? Now, if you need more time at any point, make sure you pause this video, okay, and give yourself that time because I'm going to move on because I know you guys can pause and give yourself as much time as you need, okay? Okay, setting. Where does this take place? I want you to reread this passage right here. Hint, it's very early at the top of the passage. And then I want you to write down what the setting is, where the setting is, excuse me. So again, Go ahead, reread this passage and write down on your paper where this passage takes place. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, did you find out where this passage takes place? The crowd moves aside and they make their way down the street. Oops. So I know that seems really vague, meaning it doesn't really tell you where they are, but they're on a street. Because remember at the beginning, it says right here, the first passage we read that they were in Maria's kitchen. They're no longer in Maria's kitchen, right? They moved a different location. So where are they now? They are in the street. And of course, we know that's where parades take place. We know parades take place down streets, down like our main streets, stuff like that. Okay, now there are a few events in here that take place. Okay, there are a few things that happen. So I want you to just write one down. So make sure you have your character written down, which is a woman. Make sure you have your setting written down, which is in the street. And then again, I want you to reread that passage, pause this video, and write down just one event that you read about. Go ahead. Okay, so I wonder what you put, okay? Did you put down that that a woman takes a picture? So click, the woman takes a picture of Maria. Did you write that down? Okay, that's the one that I first thought about. Okay, another event that happens is a woman scurries by Maria. Now that's not that big of an event. I think a woman taking a picture of Maria is probably the bigger event that happens, but somebody running by is still an action. It's still something that somebody does. So if you put one of those down, then you are good to go. So I'm gonna write a woman takes a picture of Maria. Sorry, I don't know why it did that. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, that works. All right. So that is going to be it for our lesson on character setting and events. And make sure you hop over to our next video about character setting and events to get a little bit better or to do a little bit more on your own. Okay, I'll see you guys next time.